But it's Portland up by 12. Steph Curry.
He has Giannis behind him. Gets to win it.
Hello, welcome to the newest episode of the Debate Mates. I'm Matthew Swanberg, and I'm here with the newest official Debate Mates member, Coach Stretch.
How's everybody doing?
Yep. So I know you're not doing too well because the Lakers are getting worse and worse by the day.
Yeah. Tough things in LA, man. Real tough things, man.
Yeah.
No words for it right now. Let's just move on.
So,
Lakers.
with all the talk I did last episode about the finals, I didn't really talk much about the Lakers, so we might get into that a little bit later. And then obviously we got Game 2 coming on in a couple hours at 8 p.m.
Right.
So I'll let you start wherever you want to start. You want to get the Lakers out of the way first?
Yeah, let's do the Lakers. Let's get that out of the way.
All right. So as I always say, you're the resident Lakers fan here.
Yeah.
So we all know about the bombshell article on ESPN. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I think we're a train wreck right now. It starts at the very top, as in most organizations or businesses. Leadership starts at the top, and you have Gina Buss, who really isn't commanding. She isn't leading. She's allowing other people to sway her one way or the other. When you hire a guy like Magic Johnson, you gotta let him run the show, especially if he's going to be president of basketball operations. That means he's running the show. The only person he's supposed to answer to is the owner. And then you don't allow him to hire who he wants to hire as far as staffing is concerned. You just, it doesn't start.
Yeah.
It doesn't start well, and it doesn't end well either, as we see now. We have Rob Pelinka, who I don't even understand why he has a job with the Lakers. I mean, I do get the connection with the Kobe Bryant stuff. He was his agent for so many years. But no one likes him in the NBA. No one likes this guy. So how do you have this guy now, like, running your organization? Like, how do you have a guy that is such, and he's a liar. Like, he's a liar. This guy just makes up stories. Like, I want to say it was last week he made up the story about
where
Kobe.
he went to lunch with Keith Ledger, who was died.
Who was dead. Come on, man. But this is the guy who's running our organization. See, and that's what I'm talking about. It starts at the top, and we are struggling at the top.
Yeah.
And then don't even let me get going on that fiasco of a coaching interview process that went way to the left. Laker Nation, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. And I honestly think, you heard it here. You might have heard it somewhere first, man. But I think we should consider trading LeBron James.
Yeah. You said you heard it here first. Guess who brought that up a couple episodes ago? This guy.
Man.
He could turn into another Kobe Bryant, who only gets playing time because of his legacy.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly think we should consider trading him if this is the kind of dysfunction we're going to have. Yeah. LeBron James is in a win right now mode. And if you don't have people that are there that's trying to win right now, you're going to waste his last. For real, he only may have 2 years left of
peak LeBron. Right. And this was the biggest injury we've seen him sustain in his career. And
I've said it. Once he gets hurt, the injury is going to keep coming. So he's going to get hurt again this year. He's going to miss another 15, 20 games. And then the following year, he's going to get hurt again.
Yeah. And he only made third team All-NBA, which was a big dip for him.
A big dip for him, but that's also due to team success. His numbers were pretty much.
And he only played 55 games.
And he only played 55 games.
Yeah.
So.
There were just so many puzzling things in the article, like reading about how Rich Paul went on the airplane with them, and like, obviously that's not, like, it seems bad for Rich Paul, but it's really Luke Walton's fault for letting him fly with them.
Thank you. That is Luke Walton's fault for allowing an agent to ride on the team.
But I could see LeBron bullying Luke Walton into making him make that decision.
Which is also why Magic wanted to fire Luke Walton.
Because he gets pushed around by the players. Did it get this bad before LeBron was here? Has it been building up to this, or did LeBron make it worse? I'm wondering, because none of this came to surface until.
See, I think a lot of this stuff was going on already, but no one really cared.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have a true all-star there. They don't have anything pulling our attention to their games or to their franchise. But as soon as LeBron steps foot over there, you're instant instantly going into the media cycle.
Right.
Instantly. So now all these things are becoming exposed when in actuality all this stuff is going on the entire time.
And one thing that this really affects is there's a really good team in LA right around the corner from the Lakers in the same arena that has a much better chance to get Kawhi and KD.
Good.
When was the last time you heard a rumor that Kawhi or Kevin Durant are going to come to the Lakers? Especially now with all of this awful stuff that's going on.
It's over.
The only two players, these are I've heard the talking heads saying that these two guys would be the most interested are Jimmy Butler and Kyrie Irving because they're the most involved in the drama.
It's over.
But
It's over.
I can't see them getting a good player in free agency.
It is over. If we do not trade these assets and get Anthony Davis, it is over. We should have pulled the trigger on the Bradley Beal trade last year when we had a straight up 1-for-1 Brandon Ingram and our pick for Bradley Beal. We should have did that. We didn't do it.
And now the name that's being thrown around a lot is Chris Paul, and I don't think he's a good fit with LA because he's also declining in age.
He's horrible. He's old as dirt. He got 1.5 hamstrings. He's horrible. And then we can't, we don't need any more ball dominant guys on the team.
Especially if you keep Lonzo.
We don't need it. You just don't need it. And I'm sitting here like, how don't these people know how to build a team? Like you act like they have never seen LeBron play in 16 years.
And in the article, a lot of the execs around the Lakers were puzzled by the signings of Lance Stevenson, who won Shaq in a full MVP last night.
Oh God, yeah, don't even get me
Basically,
started,
which
man.
should go to the whole Lakers organization.
It should
really.
go to the
They
Lakers
signed him. They
organization.
signed Rondo. They signed JaVale. I didn't have too much of a problem with JaVale McGee.
I like JaVale McGee
because
signing.
he's an athletic big man that
Yeah.
could catch lobs with LeBron, and really, that's all you really need around him.
Right.
As far as
And he
post
will
players.
contest shots at the rim. Like I didn't have an issue with JaVale McGee.
And
then-
Michael Beasley was a weird.
that was weird.
And then they traded Zubac.
That's a horrible move.
Yeah.
Like they just panicked. Oh, we don't have nothing to trade deadline. We're gonna trade our best promising center for Mike Muscala. And Reggie.
And then they signed Tyson Chandler.
Who gives Contavious Caldwell Pope $14 million and a no trade clause and a trade kicker at that? That's ridiculous.
And that was the Lakers' only shooting this year, really. I think they got to get Bradley Beal. I don't even know if they should go for Anthony Davis at this point. But they need to get I can't decide if they either need to get LeBron out or the young guys out because the young guys are damaged from what happened.
Yeah, they'll never be the same.
I feel so bad for those guys that they got drafted into the Lakers organization.
You know,
Like
I don't. And then again, I don't understand. You got Brandon Ingram, okay, who's solid, but for real, he's just not trending upward. And then you draft Kuzma,
Who is trending upward?
who is trending upward, like, in back-to-back years, and I'm sitting there like, don't they play the same position? Don't they, technically do the same thing?
And then you sign LeBron.
And then you sign LeBron, who plays the same position as those two guys.
Or even plays the same position as Lonzo, who you drafted with the number 2 pick overall.
It just doesn't make sense.
It's really confusing.
I just, I thought, last year when they signed LeBron, they should have immediately tried to trade all the young guys. Just trade them all. And just go get a team that's ready to win right now. Like I said, you had Bradley Beal on the table. I want to say you had Jimmy Butler on the table before he ended up in Philly. You had all these options to go, with these guys who will play well with LeBron.
And now that they missed their opportunity at the trade deadline after the where they pick the ping pong ball.
Yeah, the lottery.
The lottery.
Right, that
now
really is the
Anthony
lottery.
Davis is not even going to. The Lakers don't even have one of the top 3 trade packages anymore because R.J. Barrett looks really good for Anthony Davis in New York.
Really good.
And then Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are better than Kuzma.
I don't think that.
No.
No, because Jaylen Brown didn't have a really good postseason. Jason Tatum really didn't take the boost.
Kyle Kuzma didn't even make a postseason.
But he's better than, if you just look at both of them right now, who would you take, Jason Tatum or Kyle Kuzma?
I'd take Tatum. He has more experience.
Oh, my experience at what?
The playoffs. And Kuzma hasn't proven that he can be the number 1 guy on the team. In the playoffs, Tatum proved that for stretches, he could lead a team. He and Terry Rozier, what is is more attractive to you? Lonzo Ball, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and Kyle Kuzma, plus a bunch of picks because the Pelicans want like literally everyone on the team.
Yeah.
Or Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, a sign and trade with Terry Rozier, and a couple of their picks.
To be honest, I mean, I think they're pretty much the same.
You know?
I do. Like, I think they're pretty much the same. The reason I say that is because, like I said, Jason Tatum really didn't take that next step that we thought we was going to see him take. And I think that's a lot to do with Gordon Hayward coming back and Kyrie Irving coming back. Jaylen Brown didn't really accept his role, so he looked really bad at times. Like, I saw a stretch during the playoffs where this guy comes in off the bench and in 5 minutes had 3 turnovers and 2 missed shots. How is that possible in 5 minutes?
Right.
Like, it's like, how do you do 5 minutes? Like, you didn't even break a sweat, dude. You got 3 turnovers and 2 missed shots. And not to mention you getting scored on. So it's like, it's just, he looked real bad at stretches.
Yeah,
and then Terry Rozier.
Weren't much either.
I think Lonzo had a good year. I mean, call me crazy. I think Lonzo had a good year. I think you can see where Lonzo got better between his freshman year and his sophomore year.
Yeah.
The injury really hurt him, but I mean, he really tried to work on his shot.
All he is right now is a glorified Markelle Fultz, really.
Oh, don't say that. No.
They do the same things. They're both poor shooters.
Oh man, no. Lonzo's a better shooter than Markelle Fultz.
I don't think Lonzo warrants as much as the Celtics guys.
Lonzo's pretty good.
Lonzo
man.
has a bright upside, but
Lonzo was one of the top defensive guards in the league before he got
I have to give him credit for that. That's one of the big reasons that they went down, I think. You know, I saw this post on Instagram, and I thought it was kind of funny upon looking at it at first, but when I read over it, it kind of was, like, eye-opening. It said the Lakers should listen to LeVar Ball more. They said, they need Lonzo. Lonzo makes the other guys better. LeBron was a bad signing. I mean, it makes... Like, I'm not saying that you give him the keys, but he had some good predictions.
No, yeah, he was pretty right. He was pretty right on a lot of that stuff. I mean, like I said, I didn't mind Lonzo and LeBron on the floor together. You know, it wasn't that big of an eyesore.
None of them are spot-up shooters.
Right. What I did mind was LeBron, Lonzo, Ingram on the floor together at the same time. Because then you got 3 guys or 4 guys who won't shoot the basketball. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like the same problem that the 76ers ran into in the playoffs. Is when you've got Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons who aren't three-point shooters.
Ben Simmons is not a shooter.
You clog
period.
the lane.
Yeah.
And that's what happens with the Lakers because you're starting 2 players that don't shoot, and Lonzo and LeBron, not to mention your center.
Yeah.
And then Kuzma and
that's not how basketball
Kuzma and Ingram are questionable 3-point shooters.
Kuzma can shoot the ball. Ingram's not that good.
They're not like consistently
right. They're not knocked down.
shooters.
Right. They're not knocked down guys. I like Kuzma with LeBron because he plays off the ball really well. He screens and he cuts really well. I like Lonzo for that same effect. You know, he's a big guard. He can defend multiple positions. He screens well, cuts well, and he sees the floor really well. I also think LeBron has to improve his game. He got to get his butt out of playing ball dominant point guard and play more of a point forward. I'll come up, pass it off to somebody, and go down to the low block or the elbow. You know, start working out of the pinch like Kobe did, like Mike did in their later years.
But they were like where LeBron is right now. He's not even he's a decent shooter, but he's not nearly as good as MJ or Kobe was.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Kobe.
Definitely. Kobe's the best out of the 3 as far as shooting goes.
As far as shooting goes.
LeBron, he's relied his whole career on his body and his athleticism.
Yeah.
Doesn't rely on jump shooting.
That's still coming down to earth real fast.
And it's like with MJ, when I never watched MJ too young.
He was a freak athlete.
You were born like 10 or 20 years before him, I'd say, right?
Wow.
I'm kidding.
No, I saw MJ throughout the entire 90s.
Like I've seen tapes of him and stuff.
But MJ was a freak athlete. He relied on his athleticism.
But he evolved he didn't wait to evolve until he was already 34 and declining, like LeBron has.
Right.
LeBron's added shooting to his career every year, added shooting to his career
trying
every year,
to
I
add
think.
shooting, trying to
Has
add
become
shooting.
consistently better every year, but I don't think he's become consistently good enough where he is.
And his free throw shooting is atrocious.
Oh, yeah, that's one thing that gets worse every year.
I don't understand for somebody that has this type of game, how do you allow yourself to shoot free throws that badly?
When you're going to get to the line a lot.
You're going to get to the line a lot. So now what you see is that he'll start shooting jump shots a lot more because he doesn't want the contact, because he don't want to go to the line. Same issue with Lonzo. His best asset to his game is being able to finish around the rim but he knows he's going to get fouled, so he doesn't go in there.
Yeah. And he's too willing of a passer.
Yeah. They don't want to go to the free throw line.
Yep. So the Lakers have a lot of roster issues, and we could obviously talk about that for a very, very long time. But one of the most interesting. Yeah.
Get Bradley Beal.
I-
Number one, get Bradley Beal. Just do what you can do right now. Get Bradley Beal. Trade. And well, you gotta let a whole bunch of jokers go. But just get Bradley Beal. Lonzo, Bradley Beal, LeBron, Kuzma, and JaVale McGee. That's a decent five. That'll get you to the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's right now. That's where we gotta go. We gotta get to the playoffs.
That's all you need right now.
Right, we gotta get to the playoffs, man.
And then get the free agents.
Yeah, then try the following year get a free
I will
agent.
say, I do think the Lakers, I have faith in them to get at least, or at most, one solid free agent.
Who?
I do see some truth in Kyrie Irving potentially wanting to join LA, because Kyrie Irving, he's into the drama, he's into the movies. He was in
I
Uncle
don't
Drew
think.
a couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think he's gonna come to LA.
I could see him or Jimmy Butler, because they're both kind of the more
Now, I can see
into
Jimmy
drama
Butler.
type of
I
guy.
can see Jimmy Butler. I really do like Jimmy Butler being over there.
But again,
so-
is he a shooter?
No, he's not a spot up guy.
And does he play like LeBron?
They play very similarly. So, and the only way I see that you get Jimmy Butler is if you move Lonzo.
Right.
So that way LeBron would be your point guard. He would be your point, and then you have Bradley Beal, Jimmy Butler, Kuzma, and whoever else is going to be a five. It should be Zubac, but he's gone.
Yep.
That's the only way I can see that working. And then that five really looks like the Philadelphia 76ers starting five minus Embiid. But that can get you to they're better than Portland. That can get you to the Western Conference semifinals or finals, depending on who you line up with. What do you think about Houston? The guy said that he's willing to blow everything up. Yeah, everybody's on the table besides Harden.
They're overreacting, I think. I've been very pro trading Chris Paul since basically
They
as
should have
soon
never
as the
gave
year
him that
started.
extension. Yeah, they should have never gave him that extension.
He's like LeBron, he's aging, but LeBron still warrants a big trade package.
Right.
Chris Paul can get you a pick and maybe a solid player at this point in his career with, like you said, the 1.5 hamstrings.
Yeah.
He's not a very he's very highly respected, but he's not like a very highly
His game
talented
isn't
player.
his game isn't
You're right.
rolling over the way it's supposed to. Like right now, he's supposed to be able to shoot threes at a high clip, pick and roll, and make other guys
The
better.
player I see them getting the most in return for is Clint Capella,
Right.
because other than
I like Clint Capella. I
Yeah.
personally don't think they should blow the team up. I think they should fire the coach. Just fire the coach, man.
Right.
Just fire the coach, man, and let him get one more crack at it.
Well, I think even if Kevin Durant doesn't resign, I think Klay Thompson will.
You think so?
I think so. The Rockets aren't better than the Warriors, even if Kevin Durant doesn't resign. I don't think.
Well, I think Kevin. I don't even think the Warriors are going to go after Kevin Durant. I think they're going to go after their guys, Clay and Draymond.
Right.
And try to bolster up that bench
Draymond
a
only
little bit.
has one more year under
Okay.
contract.
Yeah. So and they're going to try to increase that bench a little bit.
Yeah, they're positioned pretty well in the future. I think.
Yeah,
if Kevin Durant
absolutely.
doesn't resign, Alfonso McKinney's been
Yeah,
great.
he's actually been a good. He's going to be a really good replacement. If I won't say replacement, but a potential replacement for Iggy, because
Yeah,
Iggy seems like this might be his last
Right.
ride.
And then they have Quinn Cook to be
Right.
the Sean Livingston replacement. Their position really.
I would get rid of Quinn Cook.
You would.
Yeah, I don't like him. I think he's a little
He's a free
small.
agent too.
I think
He
he's
and
a little
Kevin Durant are like best friends apparently.
Well,
They
bye-bye,
seem like a
Quinn.
package deal.
Bye-bye, Quinn.
And speaking of Kevin Durant, I'm gonna finally try to get you off the Lakers. Is there one last thing you want to say?
No.
You done with that?
Get Bradley Beal, try to go after Jimmy Butler, and roll the dice. And then the following year, trade everybody for Anthony Davis, including LeBron. Or you could trade LeBron for Anthony Davis straight up. You get to the finals. You get to the finals with Bradley Beal, Jimmy Butler, and AD.
You think so?
Yep.
All right.
With Lonzo. You
With
get
Lonzo?
to the finals with that.
LeBron, Anthony Davis,
Straight up.
straight up. All right. I think that's a solid trade.
Yeah.
I'd do it, but I think the Lakers would want more in return than just Anthony Davis.
See, and that's the problem.
Mhm.
Anytime you feel like, you have LeBron and you feel like you're not giving away the best player. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem.
All right, so on to the Warriors and Raptors.
All right.
We're again facing off tonight in the NBA Finals, Game 2.
I called Raptors game 1. I do want to say that.
I called Warriors Game 1.
I did call Raptors game 1.
So they're going into Game 2 facing a 1-0 deficit. The Warriors this is not the regular team this is not the team they're used to facing in the NBA Finals.
Right.
Most would say, and I would agree, that the Raptors are the most dangerous team they've had to face in their finals.
This is the Cavs from 2 years
When they won.
on steroids.
I think they're better.
Yeah, because they have the length. They have the superstar, as in LeBron
Kawhi.
and Kawhi. They're both superstars like that can take over games.
When I was talking about the first game or this whole series, I was thinking the Raptors had a great defense against the Bucks, but that's not going to work because the Warriors have different players than the Bucks, and they're more talented and they have more assets. But then the Raptors, they didn't use the same defense, but they used a better defense.
Yeah, they're walling up on Draymond, which is what they did to Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
They're turning him into an outside shooter, which is what they did to Giannis. They're jumping all ball screens, so they'll just full out blitz that joint. Every time Steph Curry is around a ball screen, even if it looks like it's gonna be a ball screen, they blitz it. So that means the only thing they're gonna give up is that mid-range 2. But the Warriors, they're not trying to shoot those because Marc Gasol or whoever the other big is, Siakam or Ibaka or whoever's in the game, they're not leaving the rim.
Right.
So they're going to allow them to hit that 15, 18-foot jump shot. And, the Warriors, they're looking for threes and layups.
Yeah, I don't think the Warriors are in that big of a hole because
No, they're fine.
even though it might seem like they got killed in Game 1, the final score was only a 9-point loss, and they were behind by that much more than the game, or they were behind
Around
double digits. a lot.
15 somewhere.
Yeah, but the Warriors,
They look fine.
I had faith in them. I thought this would be a close game, and you could tell there were times where they were knocking on the door, and the Raptors would get an open 3 or off of a turnover.
Yeah.
The Warriors don't have much to fix. They got to fix turnovers
Transition
defense.
Transition defense.
Can't give Marc Gasol and Pascal Siakam open looks because Pascal Siakam got hot from 3, then he took it in because they had to overreact to him pump faking and stuff.
Yeah.
He got into the lane and he made 11 straight shots, I believe.
Yeah, in the third, he went crazy in the third.
I think you guard Kawhi Leonard straight up one-on-one.
Nah,
I don't think you'd bring the double on him.
bring it.
Let Kawhi beat you from mid-range. Don't let Pascal Siakam and Marc Gasol and Kyle Lowry get open 3s.
Bring it.
Bring
Bring the double. Give Kyle Lowry every shot, period. And for real, I give Marc Gasol every shot too. I'm not leaving Pascal, and I'm not leaving Kawhi.
I have to disagree. I think you defend Kawhi Leonard straight up. Draymond Green is one of the best
Who's
defenders.
going to play him straight up?
Draymond Green.
So who's going to check Pascal?
Iggy.
No.
He doesn't have the height, but when Pascal Siakam gets into the paint, that's when you can bring a double team with
See, now you're talking about bringing a double team over?
in the paint. Yeah.
No.
I don't think you take Kawhi. You have to. Okay, well, Iguodala, you could put him on Kawhi then.
Well, that's what they were trying. That's what they were trying to do. And they were actually blitzing Kawhi off all ball screens, trapping him when they could.
Yeah.
The rotation was like either not fully committed or a step too slow. So
And a lot of that could be attributed to their 9 days.
absolutely, that's what I said. That's why I said I think they're fine.
Yeah.
Win or lose tonight, I think that when they transition to Oracle,
With KD potentially back for game 3 or 4,
right, I don't think Toronto wins another game after tonight.
and they said that it was feasible. That's a big word. That Kevin Durant could play only after one practice.
Yeah, I don't with or without KD.
He's Kevin Durant. You know who he is.
With or without KD.
Do you think they'd win?
Yeah.
I think they. I don't know if they need him, but I think that he definitely helps. Like
He helps.
clearly, their offense was stagnant a lot. But honestly, I don't think their offense is the biggest reason why they need Kevin Durant.
Right.
He's another body that you can throw at Pascal Siakam. If
He's
you have him, then Draymond Green can defend Kawhi Leonard straight up.
Absolutely.
Because Kevin Durant's got the lane.
You can play them straight up.
A much improved defender.
Yeah, you can play everybody straight up.
Right.
And then you go to that small ball lineup with KD, Draymond, Iggy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now the Raptors are now in a position where they have to adjust to them.
Right.
Versus always trying to have a big on the floor. Looney, Bell, I don't think Bogut played, but you know what I'm saying? They're not the same when they could try to go small.
The one thing I would adjust, or there are a couple things. I think they should finally give Kevon Looney a start because he's by far been their best center of the playoffs.
Okay.
He's been outstanding. He's been overshadowed by Steph Curry's fantastic play and the play of Draymond and Clay.
Okay.
But I think he deserves to start. Then, obviously, you got to improve transition defense. That's not really an X's and O things other than less turnovers. But
Right.
really, that's not something that you can go into the game knowing you're going to prevent unless you just hustle more.
Right.
This is one other thing. Do you think they should give DeMarcus Cousins more minutes, or should he not even be seeing the court at all? Because he was very bad in game 1.
I wouldn't have played him.
You wouldn't?
No. I would have dressed him. I wouldn't have played him.
There are two schools of thought really for this. It's
I
if you
wouldn't.
want him to get to 20 and 10 by game 3 or game 4, you got to play him at big minutes in games
Yeah.
1 and games 2. Or
Yeah.
if you think you can win it without him and you just want him to get him to like 15 and 5 by games 4 and 5, then you play him 6 to 8 minutes. He was a liability on defense and on offense. He was afraid to bring it into the post. He
Yeah.
took 2 shots. One was a 3-pointer. One was a free throw line jump shot. So
I mean, I see what they're doing, and the addition of Boogie would definitely help them out on offense.
and it stretches the floor a lot too.
Absolutely stretch the floor out. But I'm big on chemistry. I'm big on chemistry, and those guys won 5-6 games in a row with the guys they had.
Right.
Because he took the minutes from what's the kid, Damian Jones, who is an athletic big, rebounds extremely well. He took some minutes away from Bell. Like he took minutes away from guys who are key contributors.
Yeah. And
You know.
spark plugs off the bench.
Yeah, those guys hustle, dive on the floor, they take charges.
One thing, do you think I mentioned that I think they should start Kevon Looney? Would you would you start Jordan Bell and put him on Pascal Siakam to start the
I
game?
would.
Because Jordan Bell might not be quick enough, but he's big, he's athletic.
Yeah, he plays defense.
Because I really, really think that you need to have Draymond Green on Kawhi Leonard at all times.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. It just who's gonna check this all in? See, that's the issue.
They've got so many weapons on
You see what I'm saying? That's the issue. So if you had Kevin Durant, you can for real, I would put Draymond
on
Gasol,
put Iggy on
KD,
or Kawhi.
or flip them.
Right. One thing, the Warriors, Steph Curry had a solid game. He had the 34 points.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really think he or Klay Thompson looked like themselves.
Steph looks really good when Klay is making shots, and I don't think Klay made enough shots. I don't even think he looked aggressive to the point where he could back some things off of Steph Curry, because if Klay is making shots, then you can't blitz Steph Curry all the time,
Right.
because he's gonna be open on the weak side. But Klay, when he starts forcing, like he shoots really bad shots, man. I'm talking about extremely long twos, like toes on the line twos, just contested in the paint twos. Like that's not what you do,
Right.
man.
And
So
one other thing I mentioned, transition defense, is there were a lot of plays where the Warriors didn't look like they had great shots in transition, but they just wanted to run and gun.
yeah,
And that's one of the big reasons you need KD, because you can wait until there are 5 or 4 seconds left and then hand KD the ball,
Yeah.
and as long as he's somewhere near the 3-point line, he'll get
Yeah.
off a solid shot.
get off a solid shot. Yeah.
And then the same with DeMarcus Cousins. If you have a healthy or even 80% DeMarcus Cousins, then instead
You
of
can run
having to
yourself.
rush it up the court, you
Yeah.
can get it into the post and
Yeah.
then back cuts and stuff like that and get open lanes.
Well, you know what they did was they played at an extremely high pace. Like they got the ball up fast, and then if they didn't have anything, they bought it out, and then they ran whatever they was gonna run, and then okay, we're down under 7. Here you go, Boogie. Here you go, KD. And they just, and that's you can't really defend them. Like
Right.
you can't defend them because under 5 seconds you're gonna have to play 1-on-1 against Boogie, because if you send a double, you got KD, Klay, and Steph.
Yeah, that's the biggest difference for me as far as what makes Kevin Durant better than Steph Curry. You can make Steph Curry take bad shots. You can make him take contested threes, and which he might not have as high of a percentage on. You can force him to
Wait.
cough the ball.
Who said that KD was better than? Who said Steph was better than KD?
Well, what makes Kevin Durant more valuable to the Warriors is what I meant.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Because like I think there's everyone basically it's consensual that Kevin Durant is better than Steph Curry is.
Yeah, Kevin Durant's,
He's Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Kevin Durant.
But the one thing that makes him more valuable, I think, is like I said, you can force Steph Curry to take a bad shot late in the shot clock.
All the time.
Yeah, but with Kevin Durant, you could have 3 guys on him, and as long as they're not above 7 feet tall, even if they are,
It's
he'll
still a
get the
good
shot.
shot.
Yeah,
It's still a good shot.
That's the biggest difference, and that's why I think they need him.
Okay, I'm with you. I agree. Like I said, if Kevin Durant comes back, game 3, 4, whatever, that'll be the end of Toronto. Like they won't win another game.
Right.
They better win tonight. Toronto better win tonight.
I think the Warriors will win tonight because
It'll be a close
and
game.
this is a weird way of putting it, but the Warriors they saw what Drake was doing. They probably followed Drake on Instagram and saw what he was posting about the hair lint.
Okay.
Oh, this is one thing. This gets me kind of angry. Could you imagine if I were at Game 1 and I went up to Steph Curry and pulled something out of his hair? They would kick me out. They'd ban me from all the NBA arenas.
That's very
Drake
true.
shouldn't get preferential treatment. Like, I know he's their ambassador, even though he's been called out for not even being their number 1 super fan because they have the Navu Ba guy that wears he's always like, he goes to all of their games whether home or away.
Home or away, period, yeah.
I think that Drake should get suspended for a game, but I think he's going to help the Warriors in a weird way.
I actually agree with that. Like, you know, as a fan, you can't touch NBA personnel.
Right.
Period. You're a fan, whether your seat is free or you pay for your seat. You cannot touch NBA personnel.
NBA players that aren't on the court get fined for entering the court.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You cannot do that. So
And the NBA already talked to him during the Bucks series.
look, you know, I understand they're excited for Toronto, but you know,
But like I said, I think he helps the Warriors in a weird way. He gets them fired up.
hey, get some little we call it bulletin board material.
He called Draymond Green trash after the game.
Oh, yeah.
That's not gonna go over well. I
You
don't
can't
think.
call a guy trash. He had a triple double, man.
Yeah.
Guy had a triple double, man, and that was a bad game for him.
Right.
He had a triple double in a bad game. Like, come on, man. Hey, that dude he's a lot of things. He ain't trash.
You know, I think that helps him.
Yes.
I mean, he's not gonna have a quadruple double or anything, but I
No.
think he definitely plays better this game.
He might have another triple double, but this triple double might be.
I hope he does,
more.
because I get 32% off on the NBA website.
Oh my god.
Best part.
I think he is gonna have another triple double.
I think if you get 2 triple doubles, then you should get 64% off on the website.
Hey, look, I'm right there with you, man.
You know,
I'm right there with you, man.
fans are king.
Hey, I'm right there with you, man. 64% off.
64%
Triple
off.
double for Draymond.
96% off for 3 triple doubles.
Huh. And Finals MVP, because he'll get Finals MVP.
Draymond?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just saying, like,
He gets 3 triple doubles.
I'm saying if you get like 2 in a game, like if Draymond and Steph got one, you get 64% off.
You think so?
Well, no, bad business, but like as far as me for a fan, yeah, I want 64% off.
Well, get it.
Buy the whole website.
Get it.
It's not exactly a possibility.
I mean, if you gotta get them correct though, who gonna get the triple double?
Oh, you mean like it has to be like a guessing game?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Draymond and Steph, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it happen. NBA.com.
Yes, if anybody actually watches to the end of this video. Oh, this is one thing I forgot to point out. So if any of you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I said, or on the Debate Mixer, my personal one, I said I would do the ice water thing if we got over 100 views. I'd dump ice water on myself. But here's the thing. I know I posted that I got over 100 views, but a lot of
Technically,
them,
you didn't have over 100.
yeah.
Right.
I looked it up and they said like these bots are gonna like they checked it, but they only watch it for a second.
Right.
So YouTube takes those off. So
You gotta watch the entire video, people.
you're right. Thanks for saying that at the end of the video.
Yeah. I think we should have a little slogan
A
or something.
PSA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like if you want to do something like that, say you're gonna dump ice water all over yourself, which is crazy. But if you want to do it, like they gotta respond with the slogan that we say,
Like a code.
like a code.
Right.
You know, and they gotta DM that to you.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll put that at the beginning of the video this time because some of you don't want to watch until the end.
Watch the end of the
I
video.
don't know why you don't want to. This is entertainment.
It's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
You know, we gotta get some music. You gotta get some, you know. Some...
I'm trying to figure out how to get show a clip and have me talk over it because I can't figure out how to do
Highlight
that.
joint, like highlights.
Yeah, but it won't let me do it.
Hey, look, man. Some of my tech savvy people, man. Holla at us, man. We want some highlights. We want to talk over clips. We want
Yeah.
some music. Hey, help us jazz this thing up, man.
Right. And like I said, Stretch is a full-time member, so
Yeah.
now we
Help us-
gotta get it better.
Yeah, come on, man. We got standards over here, man.
Right. I mean, this isn't just any channel. This is the debate.
This is Debate Mates,
This
man.
is the debate mates.
Debate Mates.
As Kevin Durant said, you know who I am, and you know who we are. We are the debate mates.
Come on,
And
man.
that's a good note to end it on. You know who we are. We're the debate mates.
Debate Mates, man.
The best basketball channel on YouTube, because
Facts.
NBA doesn't count. That's
Anybody doesn't count.
yeah, it's its own entity. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to watch till the end this time, which I'm gonna say at the end. So like, not like it matters. That might be the new title of our videos.
Yeah.
Debate mates, watch till the end.
Watch to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So had fun doing the video.
Always.
Stretch is gonna be here a lot more, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll be back around Game 3,
Yeah.
and keep watching the finals and keep watching the debate
Yeah.
mates.
There we go. My man.